grip and hang. And it's way better than your skin because your skin gets a little slippery. The oils in your skin and all that kind of stuff. They're not warm. Matter of fact, in some ways they restrict the circulation, make your hands even colder. But man, the grip is just phenomenal. One of these days I'll find a pair of gloves that actually warm this.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they exist, but I put some of that spray foam, you know, the expandable foam?
Yeah.
The mouse problem, I sprayed it in there and I got the stuff all over my hands, Steve. And it was like, if I grabbed you,
yeah,
you wouldn't even be able to...
like Spider-Man.
I was like, you should use this in tournaments.
Well, you know what else really works good? It sounds crazy, but you know, like the hair gel?
Yeah.
Or whatever, you put like a little of that hair gel, or like even hairspray, and just do this,
Get it tight.
man, and then if you want to rope climb or pull-ups, your hands are like, unbelievable. Don't try to swing any kettlebells with it though.
Yeah, don't.
You'll just tear your skin right off. Because you want the belt to be able to rotate. But when it comes to this kind of stuff where you just want to latch on, it's really, really fantastic.
So what are we getting into? And this is tying into the 5 pillars, which is now on Steve Maxwell.
So you know, it's movement-based exercise patterns. Today I'm going to do more. You know, we're talking about the difference between training for demonstrating strength and building strength. I still like to have my show-off moves. I'm training for some feats. So my feats, at my age now, I like one-arm push-ups and pistols. You know, I figure at 62, if I'm still able to do that stuff, it's, you know, because people want to see you perform a little bit.
Okay.
You know, whether you can or not has nothing to do with the knowledge per se, but you know, people want to see it. You know.
Hey, that's what people want to see.
It's interesting because, you know, Pavel one time told me that, you know, the only reason I train for splits is because people expect it. He says there's no reason to ever do a split for any athlete, really, unless you're a circus contortionist or a gymnast or maybe a dancer. But for the most part, why would you ever need that extreme flexibility? He said, but, you know, because I teach flexibility as part of my thing, people expect me to be able to do it, so I train it. He says, but in reality, it's one of those useless things. You know?
They need to believe deeper into the...
Yeah, so people want to see their, you know, people doing stuff that's kind of amazing. Just doing push-ups and dips and chin-ups and stuff, you know, it just isn't impressive. So people like to be impressed.
So, all right, so...
But anyway, so we were speaking of a warm-up, so let's just take a little jog around this park. Just shaking out. This type of jog is you step, shake. So here's something that you can also do as a warm up when you don't have any space. You just kind of rising your toes and just let everything drop. And you're trying to get rid of all the tension. Go to one foot, then the other foot. Start letting your head move. This is part of a body work by this very well-known guy, Alexander Lowen. And we're not even, you're not even jumping per se. It's just like rising, drop. And every time you drop, it's like a little exhale. It feels good, yeah?
It feels great.
Yeah, you just shake like a puppet without the strength. Yeah, you notice that you're getting instantly warm. And now you can also jog that way so that each jog is like a shake. I thought it's the stem of running. I learned it from these Russian martial arts guys. Their system's called, it's called the system. So I'm just using it as a way to loosen my body, shake everything loose.
And some people are saying, Steve, it could look somewhat, maybe, ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks a little strange. I'm used to looking weird.
Yeah, bounce and shake is incredibly important to loosen up the muscles, breathing, clear toxins.
Well, I'm certainly, yeah, I mean, it's a great way to get the synovial fluid in the joints. It's a great way to get rid of, you know, get the lymph flowing. Just a warm up. But you can manipulate the breath and get a nice little lung workout too. only takes a few minutes. And then I always like to do some mobility every single day. This is called the hula hoop. Like you have an imaginary hula hoop. This looks pretty ridiculous too. And then reverse.
Adrian calls it the ice cream swirl.
There you go.
Right.
But it's not as ridiculous as this one.
The Macarena.
Yeah, it's like little hip circles. And then reverse. Don't be putting any dollar bills in my trunk there, young lady. Alright, and then turn to the left and the right. I wish. Well, I see department employees moving around everywhere, so no one's came in and said, get out of here.
How important is it to warm up? People these days, especially.
Well, I think, depending on what you're doing, you know, sometimes the first few reps of each set is the warm-up. But today I'm doing feats, where I'm actually practicing one-arm chin-ups and push-ups and pistol squats. You want to be well warm for this because it's going to be, you know, my body weight is heavy for one limb training. It's hard.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, you put a little stress in the joints. Is this the best way to train for jiu-jitsu? I said, no, I'm training because
in general, I think people don't warm up, Steve. They don't want to warm up, but
so,
they should.
Here's a windmills for the shoulders, to get the shoulders nice and loose. You know, in all the 43 years I've been doing combat sports, wrestling, I wrestled Division I NCAA, judo, jiu-jitsu, I played around with sambo, reverse. The only really permanent thing that I have that's really been bugging me is this right shoulder. I developed some osteoarthritis in the shoulder. It's pretty painful. So my days for heavy overhead stuff are pretty much gone, man. And then figure eight, across and behind.
I like that.
Like you're trying to fling the arm off your body.
That's cool.
So across, behind, across, behind, and reverse it. Go the other way. So I like to really get the shoulders loose when I'm doing one-arm push-up. And then top-bottom circle, a circle, circle. Just good to get the shoulders really going. And then reverse it, think about it. Circle the other way. So the figure eight is a top, bottom figure eight. And then the other side, big windmills. You were a wrestler, yeah? No? Okay. You've heard that term, the whizzer? It's like the whizzer in wrestling, you reverse. You know what a whizzer is?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a pretty handy tool. It's funny, they don't teach it really in jiu-jitsu that much, but man, it sure gets you out of trouble. And then across, behind, reverse.
Techno Viking does this.
And then top bottom. You'll be glad you did this when you start getting into the workout.
No, I'm actually digging that you throw the hip motion into it, almost like.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm doing an hourglass while I'm doing this, and then reverse. So it's like a whole body warm-up. And then let's do some specific elbow stuff. So you bring your arms in a circle, like lock, kind of snap the arms, just get those elbows going. Kind of pop the elbow a little bit, really work them, reverse. Definitely don't want to go into a workout on a cold day like this without really getting those joints lubricated really, really well. And then put your hands together like this, and then turn the thumbs, and then turn the back of the hand and bring them in. And try to keep the wrist together as much as you can. It's a Chinese Qigong. It's really nice though. It really loosens up a lot of stuff. And then reverse. So I'm taking extra care for the shoulders and the elbows because the one arm chin up assists and the one arm push-ups are pretty extensive.
Yeah, I've done chin-ups, never push-ups.
And then here's a classic. It's called the energetic dance of Shiva. People call it the Chinese teacup drill. It's not. It actually is a much older form. Shiva, the four-limbed god of destruction and change. So you're coming to this position and over, and then you're bringing the hands. And this is actually an exercise designed to build heat. And you can feel the warmth building into your body, and then reverse. Really nice for working the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the head. And hinging back and forth. It's sort of like a kettlebell swing. And here you're not just sticking your belly up, but you're opening from the chest, like big rounding of the back and open from the upper back and jib. And then side to side, working that torso going to the side.